to bring in right now News 13 legal analyst Jaya Balani. Jaya, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You know, when you hear this, this particular witness saying, you know, she thinks George Zimmerman is innocent and that he shot Trayvon Martin in self-defense. She says everyone has a right to have a weapon. Now, this went on very long. Were you surprised by that, and do you think that had anything to do with strategy?
I'm not too surprised by it. I know the state was trying to lay everything out. The defense, of course, comes in and asks their questions. They're trying to lay grounds for an appeal if there is. They have to make a clear ruling, or they make a clear everything, have it laid out, so that way there's a clear record of it. If it does go to appeals court, if she is or is not allowed on the jury panel, everything has to be out there instead of making a quick judgment onto this witness.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, we've heard a lot of hardships mentioned in this jury selection process. She says she just doesn't want to be separated from her husband. She doesn't want to be at home. It sounds like she's kind of fearing for her safety. Is that enough, do you think, for the judge to say, yeah, we're not going to allow you to serve on this jury?
That's definitely not enough for the judge to excuse her. I think a lot of people who are going to be on this jury are going to be fearful because they're with the protesting that's outside. There's different groups, and this is a case where it is very split. So a lot of the jurors are going to feel that way, where their safety is an issue, but that's not going to be enough. And not wanting to be away from your husband for 6 to 8 weeks isn't enough for a judge to excuse her.
Absolutely. All right, Jaya, please stand by. We'll come back to you in just a few minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jackie Brockington. Thanks for being with us here for live gavel-to-gavel coverage of Day 4 in our coverage of the George Zimmerman trial. News 13's Kelly Cook and legal analyst Jaya Balani have been monitoring all of the courtroom happenings, and Christine Webb has also been following all of this online and taking your questions. But right now, News 13's Seminole County reporter Jeff Allen is also closely watching. He'll be joining us in a minute. But right now, let's get to your weather on the ones and find out what's happening. Okay, let's go to News 13's Kelly Cook.
Yeah, we'll get to weather in just a second. Thank you very much, Jackie. It was an interesting day in court today. We have now seen 27 potential jurors being questioned here at the Seminole County Justice Center. Now, mind you, our magical number here that we're looking to get to is 30. Once we get to 30, then that means we can start round 2 of actually starting to pick a jury. Round 2, they'll get more in-depth questioning going on to learn more about their backgrounds. Right now, they're just sticking to pre-publicity. We know for a fact we've got 20 in the potential jury pool. We've seen 3 today. They need to get at least 10 more potential jurors in that jury pool. Now, today, we certainly saw some interesting ones. We saw 3. One who literally just graduated from high school like a couple weeks ago. He says pretty quick entry into his whole civic duty to serve on a jury. And then we heard from E81, very honest and very opinionated, making it very clear that she thought George Zimmerman was innocent and that he was acting in self-defense and that it would certainly take a lot to change her mind. It's the longest one of all testimony that we have seen from the past 4 days. She was on the stand for 1 hour and 2 minutes. Let's bring her right now, Jaya Balani. She's our News 13 legal analyst. Jaya, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. So far, first of all, let me just overall, give me your take on what you've seen today.
Today's been an interesting day. Of course, E81 is someone who everyone's going to be talking about. She was opinionated. She knew what she was talking about. She's been following the trial. But she was correct. And like any criminal trial, you're innocent until proven guilty. Whether she's taking what she's learned so far and taking it a little bit farther than the innocent beyond proven guilty. But again, the burden's beyond a reasonable doubt. So they do have to convince her.
Absolutely. You know, Jaya, we also saw today a little back and forth between the attorneys. We know things are tense. This is a big case. And one interesting point when Don West said today, I object to the objection. I don't know if I've ever heard that before in court. Can you explain what he might have meant by that? Basically, he seemed to be upset that there were so many objections in the jury selection process. Does that deserve a place in jury selection, do you think?
It happens when there's, I mean, certain things can't be asked in jury selection, and if someone's asking something and then there's an objection, it could be the wrong objection. So Don was probably saying that that's the wrong objection. It does get frustrating. I'm sure these attorneys are not getting a lot of sleep. It's tense in there. They're trying to get through this process. They've been living, breathing, eating this case for 16 months. It's only normal.
All right, thank you very much, Jaya. You'll be sticking around with us. Thank you very much. All right, right now they are in recess. They will be back at 1 p.m.